Say no to me again. Come on, say no. Turn me
I
down
like
again.
it. It means I get to go golfing today. It doesn't work like that. Ah, that's the other thing. You have got to develop a thick skin.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's them. No, it's not you, it's just the way the world works. It's a very funny thing. A classic example, I was sitting in an audition session for a miniseries I did a long time ago called Small Sacrifices, a Farrah Fawcett thing. And as I was co-starring, I got to sit and watch them audition for the lawyer for her. So they had the screen up there, and they auditioned all these guys, and we watched all the tapes, right? And there's like 6 guys, and every one of them was fantastic. And the producer who was sitting there, and the director was sitting there, and they're going, man, these guys are all good. Which one do I pick? And I swear to God, this is no word of a lie, the producer walked over and he goes, honey, to his wife, can you come over here for a second? And he says to her, which one would you pick? And she went through him and she goes, the guy with the yellow tie. I like that tie. I swear to God.
Yeah.
The guy with the yellow tie. I like the tie. Years and years of training and sweating blood and bullets and going through all kinds of deprivation to have someone go, I like the guy in the yellow tie.
I'm buying a yellow tie.
Oh my God, and I did go out and buy that yellow tie.
You know, you never know why you don't get the gig. You never do. And 9 times out of 10, it's not what you didn't do or what you did do. It's you know, they wanted a different tone. They wanted
It's
this.
the
they wanted
towel.
that. Yeah, or it's the tie. Now, I had an audition for a show called The OC years ago when it was still on, and the director knew me from other shows that he directed me on, martial law or some Botchko show, and he called me in. He said, Paul, this is you. Here's the deal. He called me at home. He said, they're sending you the script. He's a psychiatrist. He's a family psychiatrist, family therapist, and he's a warm. He described him as faintly Jewish-looking. His name, Jewish-looking. His name was Jason Steinberg, but just he looked kind of Jewish, with bearded, with a nice demeanor, a caring demeanor. Okay, he said, it's you. So I said, cool. So I read over the stuff. I've got it. It's just a really lovely scene. I go in, and I do the audition, and he said, the director was there. He said, great job. The producer said, that's wonderful, Paul. It's perfect. I leave. I get a call that night from the director. He said, Paul, and I said, I didn't get it. He said, no, they decided to go with an African-American woman. I said, is her name going to be Jason Steinberg? No, but the problem was, with that show, it came to their attention a little late, as far as I was concerned, that it was a very white show. There wasn't much diversity on the show at all. So they said, you know what, we've got to make this, we've got to find a female. And they made it an African-American, and she was brilliant. It's like, okay. I wanted to sit at home and say, crap, she sucks, man. I should have got, but she was wonderful. And so it was one of those situations where I had it, but no. And it had nothing to do with
that
me.
Same woman,
was she wearing a yellow tie?
Got me in Montreal. I was there's a director in Montreal named Yves Simoneau, who's doing a movie out in Montreal, and he said the same thing. Garry, I have this part for you. It's absolutely perfect. You're the captain in this police department. I'm going, yeah, I can do that. We're here in Montreal. We'll be here for a month, and you've got to be there. It'll be great. And I'm going, great. And it was for USA Network. And I said, okay, cool. So I'm waiting. A couple of weeks later, I got a call. The show's too white.
Yeah.
I went, what? The show is too white. and they gave my part to a 40-year-old African-American woman. So I'm going, it's the same bloody woman that took his part, took mine. So there's a very wealthy, middle-aged African-American woman out there who's leeching off our expertise. Not that I'm bitter or anything, because I'm not, no. But you never know.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where sometimes they're a little late thinking of these things. It's like, if you thought that in the beginning, everything would be fine.